What is up? It's me, Dex Rex Plays 21. So, I have autism, but I have high functioning autism. This is true Southern accent, by the way.
I'm his mom. He's 16, and he'll be going into the 11th grade.
And I want to explain what it is and how it affects people or kids that have high functioning autism. And it may even turn out with full-on autism in some ways. But I wrote down some points that show signs of autism that you should really look into. Because if you see somebody with this kind of act, you shouldn't be as scared or afraid or confused. You should be active and want to help.
And I wanted to, as a parent, explain some things of what we went through of not knowing what he had.
Yeah.
He had troubles, I guess, in daycare, and then not in a structured daycare, and then kindergarten, good in first grade, but it's like 1 year he would just be, I don't know what to do with him. We just couldn't understand him. And then the next year he'd be fine. So it all has to do with the environment and the teacher from 1 year to the other.
Yeah, so I just want to go really deep into like everything that's going on. So like I first started, they noticed that first starting off in kindergarten. So I don't remember much, but they usually do.
Yes.
But was I like high active or yelling?
No, you was really subtle, but the teacher said you would fidget with things all the time. But it was all right if you made the noise. But if somebody else made the noise, then you didn't know how to handle it, and you would get upset and angry. And one of the things that you did when noises got to you or it was too loud, you would always stand up in the room and say, "Shut up," or scream and yell at the other kids because you couldn't handle the noise. And, we didn't understand what was wrong with him. What he has, there was nothing wrong with it. We was described that he had ADD. And then when he got in the 5th grade, I started reading of signs of Asperger's and what that meant. And then we went and had him tested for Asperger's.
When was the test? Like, what did I have to do?
I don't know. It took forever. I waited on me all day, but I don't know. Oh, something on the computer. They come back and said that he does not have Asperger's. He has high functioning autism. Well, then we get to reading about it and figured out it was like, oh, well, now everything makes sense.
And I want to explain to you some signs of high functioning autism. So, like, see, I'm talking normally. I'm not like stuttering or acting up. But it's just like, it's fine if they do that. Just don't get scared of it. Because you can help them to gradually learn how to talk. Like, I had speech problem for a long time.
And he went to speech probably 3rd grade.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things was the noise.
It was just like air conditionings and tapping on the fingers, or just like chalk hitting the board. That one annoyed me most, because it had like that little squeak at the end.
It could be a teacher's voice.
Yeah, if it's too loud, I just like start panicking.
They got a squeal or something weird with their voice that we don't hear that he hears. Or, this is a good one, the teacher next door in the other class.
Oh yeah.
He could hear the teacher in the next room over his teacher in this room.
Yeah,
and then that's the same room that had the air conditioning ticking in the outside.
Yeah, but I want to get to 1st grade and the small classes first.
Okay.
So, what I did, and I know this is bad now, but I didn't realize how dangerous it was. But whenever someone would make me mad, I would start throwing chairs and desks and start hitting. I wouldn't hit people. Did I hit people?
No, I don't think
I remember hitting people. I remember punching lockers.
Yes.
I did that a lot. And it was just like the teachers also didn't know what to do. So
No,
they
didn't.
took me to principal's office, and I got madder because I didn't understand what was going on, and they didn't know either. So they
and as parents, we didn't know either. I mean, we had no idea what was wrong with him. I mean,
so they grounded me and punished me.
yes,
But I didn't know how to say how I felt.
yes, communication was the biggest thing.
Yeah. So like, if you see somebody mad, don't assume like they're gonna hit you. It's just like they're maybe frustrated because they can't say it. Like I got frustrated because I can't say it. It's just a very serious things that people take wrong too much time, and you can't really tell. But high functioning autism is the hardest way to tell because they seem normal, they act normal, but in the brain, it's a little bit wired, different.
Yes.
And most people can talk normally, meet everybody else, but high functioning or even autism can have the most simplest or worst consequences. I have bad hearing. So
more sensitive hearing.
Yes, sensitive, but it's bad because I can hear what people are talking bad on me. That's what made me mad so many times because they'll laugh at me or point at me, and it made me feel bad because I didn't know what was going on, and I thought it was.
And maybe you're more self-conscious of things.
Yeah, but
like when somebody's whispering, he could hear what they're whispering, and we just overlook it and go on.
Yeah, it's not all the time I hear it, but if they're whispering, pointing at me, I think it's bad, because.
And they might say you're a good-looking boy or something.
Yeah, but it's just like, and. It's also very frustrating to show sign that I want to talk to somebody. Because another disability of the brain wires is communication, talking about anger, or even meeting people. And that's the most important part in life. It's meeting people, meeting new people to be friends with, or to date somebody or marry somebody, and you don't know how to say it or somebody else to say it. So try.
And he has more comfort in meeting people on Snapchat or somebody to text, not really see in person.
Yeah. But comparing me to kindergarten to now, I talk to people. Talking to all of y'all.
You've improved a lot, yes.
I'm talking to people at school more than I would talk to somebody like a teacher in kindergarten. Because I really talk to teachers and adults better than kids, right?
Yes.
I mean, I still do. It's just like.
And, and we have a boat, and we're going out and we're meeting people that have boats, and we all tie together, and we're trying to show him, strike up a conversation with them, find something in common that you can carry on a conversation, and it'll just smooth out. Like, don't think about it too much. Like, don't walk up to somebody and just think, what am I going to say to them? Just walk up and just talk about the news or something.
But.
I mean, it's so easy for us, but not for him.
Yes, but it's just like a brain stutter. When you meet somebody, you want to say stuff, but you don't know what to say. And then your brain starts thinking something really, really, really fast, and you don't know what to say. It's like you get nervous and you start, like, mumbling words. That's what mine's like, and probably more others, because of their wiring. And I'm not saying, like, this is... like, wiring is a bad thing, but it's just like a thing that the way I can explain it to people that don't have autism. It's just, it's confusing. Especially it's confusing for me because I can't tell if they're playing or not, or if they're happy or sad.
You don't know how to read people.
Yeah. I can read body language, but it just like doesn't comprehend me. So it's like somebody's again giggling and pointing at me. I think it's something bad, like offensive.
Yeah, it's more like subconscious.
Because I can't hear them. Now, if they were talking to me in person and they start laughing at me, but it was something good, I would know. But it's just like body language is important to know, but I just don't know what it is. I don't know what to do if I see it.
And some of the things that he's going through is normal teenage stuff too, like wanting to meet new people, just don't know what to say or how to say it,
or scared of what kind of people they are.
He's come a long way, like in a year. And lunchrooms. He used to sit by himself,
still do a little bit,
or with teachers.
No, well, teachers were like kindergarten to like 5th grade.
Yeah, why did you sit with teachers?
Because I had more connection to them. Like, the kids, it's like, they talked about like Hot Wheels or games. It's like, I wasn't really into it because I didn't have an Xbox at that time.
Yeah.
But I knew with the Hot Wheels and all the toys, I just didn't know how to talk at that moment. With the speech problem and the confusions of body or speaking, and it's just like I get easily frustrated.
And sometimes the loudness of a lunchroom.
And I don't know if you noticed, but whenever I get overwhelmed, I have panic attacks.
Yes.
And panic attacks, leads to...
Where's your headphones?
Right here.
Okay. Well, after, let's see, when did we start the headphones? Must have been
Mississippi. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we moved to 4 different states. We've been in Alabama, San Antonio, Texas.
You didn't let me finish.
Tupelo, Mississippi. Wait a minute. And Winfield, West Virginia, which we are now. But the headphones is what made a huge difference in his behavior.
Wait. I want to say this. The headphones were good, but they also led bad because everybody kept on getting jealous and saying like, "Oh, he's listening to music." I'm not, but I'm trying to drown out the air conditioning and the like ticking on the desk. People didn't know I had autism, so they would get mad at me and call me names and make fun of me, and it would get me frustrated and frustrated. It was a pretty big fight, and I had to be sent to a
alternative school.
Yeah, for 2 years.
So a kid with, no, not 2 years, just 2 times. A kid with high functioning autism was sent to alternative school with extremely bad kids 2 times, 2 different years. And as parents, we tried to fight it as much as we possibly could.
To be fair.
But all I know is one fight. I don't know about all this other.
To be fair, it was way better than school because it was quiet. It was no fighting.
Yeah. But the first year was.
The first year was it was rough because I didn't know it.
But
I thought the badness of it because it was people that were sent there because of fights, because of yelling, because of just like brutal fights out of school. So I was scared. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I was afraid to go.
The reason it was so good the first time he went is because he had Miss Sexton and other high functioning autism. He was in an isolated room with each student in each corner and 2 very wonderful teachers. Mm-hmm. And they worked on their own, and it was quiet, and that was why the alternative school was good for him in that aspect. Then the next year was totally different.
Hold on. I did have a problem the first year. I was scared, all that. But the room I was in was filled with more like me. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I didn't know, again, how to cope with it. So I got frustrated. I still get a little frustrated because the noise they make and the screaming out of blurriness. I don't really do that in public, do I? Other than having a fit, but that's every kid, right? Like, I don't, like, make annoying noises.
No.
Okay, yeah, so...
But you had, when you was younger, we'll add this. In Walmart or in a store.
That's different. Oh. That's what every kid does.
No, I don't know.
Tantrum.
I don't know.
I don't do it no more.
Okay,
so it's a tantrum.
Well, it was so bad to take him in a store, and maybe he's overwhelmed. I don't know what his problem was, but I learned never take him to Walmart. Never. And that's when I started drawing the line. Okay, y'all ain't going to me nowhere.
Normal.
Well,
Thought he was annoying.
I will say this. The first time you went to alternative school, I think they were more kids with high functioning autism. The school had no idea what to do with. The teachers had no idea what to do. He was already in a special class at the other school with more people like that. Don't do you look like that?
None of them have autism.
Well, something was wrong with them because there's 12 of you in the class.
Oh.
So something was wrong. And so I think the school didn't know what to do with them, so they sent them to alternative school where extremely bad kids were.
And
they had to wear, the second year was because that you didn't have that special class. You was in there with all them.
And it's just, I don't know, it's just like a trigger, I would say. Like I had more of an easy flow than second year because I knew how to handle it in an odd way. It's just like that kind of.
And he only had to spend 9 weeks there.
Really? I thought it was longer.
Yes. Okay, we're gonna back up. Before he went the first time, he went to middle school, which was 5th grade, and it was one class in this gigantic school.
That was 6th grade.
6th grade. That's right. That was 6th grade.
That was 500.
That was the first year we moved to Mississippi, and his first year to ever get lockers. So the first few weeks of school, they said that when it come to lockers, he would go and hide because the slamming of the lockers, he didn't understand. Oh, and he was tall, and they put him on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't understand the running to your locker, get stuff out, and slam the door. So just imagine, 100 lockers slamming. And they said that he would hide, and they would find him.
And that's when I didn't have headphones.
He didn't have headphones in it, and he didn't know what was wrong with him. Oh, yeah, I did. That was the next year after we found out he had a high function autism. And I told him on the new school he did. Well, anyway, that's when they created this new class with 12 kids in it. They didn't change classes. They stayed in their chair, and they did different subjects in that one class.
I have to say, she did not teach me one thing.
Yeah.
Not one thing. All we did was crosswords, coloring, and videos. That's it.
Really?
Yeah.
But that was the class that had that teacher on the other side.
Yeah.
What
was her name?
I don't know. It don't matter. But it's not that she was...
Miss Barber?
No. Not that she was a mean loud. She wasn't a hollering loud. She just talked loud. But he could hear her more than he could his own teacher.
And then again, I didn't understand it, so I got scared and I got annoyed.
Okay, and this is a parent thing. One thing, when he comes home and tells us something, now that, he's this old and everything, when he comes home and tells, it has to sink in. You have to think, what do I need to do? Do I need to go to school? Don't ignore it. With a high functioning autism, they're not going to talk much. But when they talk, you need to listen. Usually when we're in the car, he'll tell me things.
Like 8 months later.
Yeah. But like something will happen and he won't tell us till 3 months later. Well, now we know why. I mean, a lot of things as parents, we didn't know why he would do things and angry issues. And then 3 months later, he would tell us. And it was like, oh, are you kidding me? You were just now saying this. Why didn't you tell us earlier? And we would have done something, went and told the principal or done something with the teacher or something. So as parents, when your kids are telling you something in the car or in that little thing, make sure you grasp it. Make sure you hear what he's saying or she's saying and act on it or ask when did it happen and give more information. Just don't let it go in one ear and out the other like it has done to us many times. All right, so two other things that was with him with autism. he had problems swapping classes. When he got to middle school, what, 7th grade or 8th grade?
7th.
7th grade. All the kids in the hallway
Would push.
like 700 or 800 kids going to their classes and push and so he couldn't handle that. Oh, he would hide and be late for class every day.
But I talked to teachers about it.
Yes.
And they allowed it.
And one important thing is with a kid with high function autism is an I.E.P. What's that mean?
I don't know.
Not sure. I.E.P. You every kid that has difficult behavior or anything, an I.E.P. Look it up. I don't know. Okay.
Ow.
So
that
in this I.E.P. you want, if your kid is not happy with a teacher or in the classroom, you need in the I.E.P. Hey, if it does not work out, can we swap teachers? Because we didn't know, so we left him in there. One class, 5th grade. In Texas till spring break. At spring break time, he would get in the car and just bang his head on the headrest if he's got in the back seat of this teacher. And
Oh, I remember her.
Yeah.
She was the worst. I mean, my God, she was blind. I mean, I would try to get some help, and she would just say, "Oh, you don't need help. You're just not trying." She shouldn't be a teacher. My God, I hated her.
But it was an issue all the time with this one teacher. So I called the school and says, you know, he's told me many times about this teacher, and as a parent, we're like, you know, learn to deal with it. You're going to work with people the rest of your life, learn to deal with it. Well, anyway, they had conflicts with each other till spring break. And then we changed him, total different kid. He turned into a total different kid. Loved the teacher loved him. Wow, what a difference. So I'm just saying, if it does not work out, having the IEP, I want to change teachers. I want to change the situation. Don't let the school tell you you cannot. Figure out something, because it's a world's a difference of the school year with a different teacher in a different situation. And you don't know what the kids hear. It could be something in the room. It could be something every day they have to deal with besides just a teacher. It could be something in the room, the air conditioner outside the room. You know, it's just work with the school and try to figure it out. Let's see, the hallway, there's something else.
The IEP, that's where I got my headphones. That's where they allowed my headphones.
Yes. Okay. But there will be more videos that he will do on his own. He starts school next week, and he'll come and hopefully sit down in front of the camera.
Oh, I want to mention this. Okay, so if you have Netflix, the greatest show for just to know autism, and I even watched it, was, what was it called? Type A?
I don't know.
Typical A?
Typical A?
I think so. I can probably look it up, but and
you know, the Good Doctor is good. But here's the difference between his autism and another autism.
You keep on talking.
He never talked about the same thing over and over and over like most autism people did. So, and we had no idea. And I remember when he was 3, they were talking about, oh, that kid has autism. And we're thinking, well, our kids don't. But then they say it's something they might develop later on in life. And believe it or not, he developed it. So we're not sure what causes it. I hope they find a cure, so no kids will have to go through this. And it's difficult for the parents because we have no instructions. We really don't know what to do or how to do it. You just figure it out.
So, yeah, it's a good show. It explains very deeply about autism. I think he has high functioning. I'm pretty sure, but it's very good.
He wants to explain more about the show. It's a series, right?
Yeah.
a series of how they're similar and why it's a good show to learn about autism, like The Good Doctor is.
No, Good Doctor is more superpowers and something else, but he does have autism. He has high functioning autism, but he has like something that's totally
he's
unrealistic.
Like too smart.
I mean, it's not
unrealistic.
Yes, but it's possible, but it's not what I'm talking about.
Yes.
I'm talking about like trouble in the world, in normal world. He's a teenager, and he's
trying to date.
Well, it's not all about dating. It's about a teenager that's trying to get high school, and with all the terrible things that he gone through in his life. And yes, I know there's actors and they play a role, but it shows the deepest meaning of autism that I ever seen. There may be videos of 2 minutes explaining something that's very small.
But something he can be familiar with because he feels what this actor, when she's an actor and he's the real person.
I'm surprised they only got 3 stars on that show. But yeah, it's just like the best explaining of the show.
Yeah. So at another video, he wants to explain more about the show Atypical.
Yeah, but it's already like 20.
Okay, so this is our plan that every day or every so often he sits in front of the camera and talks about the situations that he's going through in high school or situations that he's dealt with in the past. And explaining things like even me and his dad saying something. Oh, and phrases. When we say phrases, he takes it a different way than what it really means.
What do you mean?
About the pen.
That's not a phrase. That's a word. And
we'll get to that.
Hold up. No. I want to say this right now. There's 2 types of pens I found out. There's a sewing pen and an ink pen.
He had a bump, what would you call it? A zit, I don't know, something under his arm here. So he comes in, it's real puffed up like it needs mashing, and his dad tells him to go stick a pin in it. And
I thought I would get lead poison or ink poison. So I want to tell the story because it's my point of view. I went to the kitchen and got scissors. And not no sharp or kitchen scissors. I got the dullest craft scissors. And I went to my arm and I just like did that and tried to do that. I may have germs in my arm now, but there's probably glue or tape or something in my blood system now, but oh well, haven't died yet.
So we had no idea. We know he went and got scissors. We're like, why would you get scissors? And then we didn't know later on, a couple of days or weeks later, we said something about, did you ever stick a pin in it? And that's when he said, will I not get lead poisoning?
Ink poison?
Or ink poisoning. You said lead first.
Yeah, I know.
And we were like, what? And it was like, oh, yeah, no, we meant like a sewing pin.
I never seen a sewing pin in my life, so I totally forgot about that word or name for a pin.
So sometimes we have to say things, we have to explain it more than a normal person would get it. I'm not sure.
Or maybe I just forgot the word. This is the first episode of the thing I'm going to do every week or something, or try. Okay, inspired to do it.
He didn't know where his audience would be or what he wanted to do.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to do gaming, but I just don't have the equipment, nor
don't. And everybody else is doing gaming.
Yeah, gaming's fun.
So, according to all these shows, people are interested in this high functioning autism and how it's different per each person.
Hold up. No, actually, you want to re-say that. Nobody knows what autism is. Nobody knows how to deal with it. Nobody knows how to show it. So that's why they're trying to do more shows. That's why they're trying to create stuff. Hey, I said that right. Create. Curate shows to show what autism is.
So here he is, high functioning autism, going through high school. Another thing, we'll add this in a minute. For when he gets angry and agitated in a class, the I.E.P. has a calm down situation that is allowed for him to do. if that's to walk outside the door, if that's go to a corner and put this thing around your head to drone out everything.
It's not a box.
Go to the principal's office and talk with a counselor or talk to whoever, whatever adult. Don't. This happened last year and they shouldn't have said it. Your counselor is not in. Go back to class. There was a certain situation that really got to him.
Was it this year?
Yes, and
yeah.
it could have been anybody.
Oh, that was just that was just one time. The multiple time was Mississippi. Mississippi is the worst school ever, ever in any country.
No, for autism, high functioning autism, not for anything else. But one of the teachers would not let him go to the office. A bad situation happened. The class was too loud.
Wait. Here or Mississippi?
Mississippi.
Okay.
And he needed to go, and she wouldn't let him, and he moved the door with the teacher, slid her to the side, and walked out. And then he got in trouble and everything. But, you know, that teacher should have let him go. There was certain situations he has to escape from. And that might be something minor. Just walk outside the door and stand there.
To be fair, I did not hurt her. She had slip-ons on,
yes.
So she slid the whole entire way. Like, I think like 3 kids were pulling on my shirt, and I just like kept on pushing her.
But you know, it was a situation he needed to escape from, and he needed to escape now. When he says, I need to go to the office, a teacher don't need to say, no, go back and sit down. And that's one thing with teachers have got to learn. They need to escape, and they need to escape now, or it just turns in, get your head up, it just turns into a worse situation that could have been an easy fix. Because sometimes he would go out and calm himself down or do something and come back in, right? That was a normal thing.
That was the point of doing that, and she didn't agree with it.
Yeah.
And so I politely
And I'm sure she
her.
thought, okay, the situation is over. She's got the class under control. Sit back down and we'll go on. But to him, he didn't see it that way. All right, so this is our first part of High Functioning Autism. Dex Rex plays 21 and True Southern Accent as the mom.
But if I miss something or you get just like confused of all the crap that me and her have been saying, tell us and comment about it, because I can bring it up and I can tell what other people are thinking or what other people are reacting of this. I'm going to stop it here. Like, subscribe, share, and when you subscribe, click the notification bell. And when you click it, it would send notifications whenever I post a new video. And if you do that, it'll be much easier, and know that I try to post every week. So it'll be easier on me to be easier on you.